What's up, Nintendo gamers? The Kid here with a Mario Kart DLC small update. We actually have the release date of this DLC, which is next week on November 13th. That is a Thursday. So the tracks that we had revealed to us during the Nintendo Direct was actually a new track called Dragon Driftway and a new snow track, but we have no idea what that track is called. I'll get to that in a minute. But also we got to see Mute City, and my god, is it amazing. Like, seriously, it's kind of irking me with all this F-Zero stuff in Mario Kart, and you know, because I'm one of those people who want a new F-Zero game, so seeing this stuff doesn't really help. Sure, it's cool, but it does nothing but make me want a new F-Zero game even more, and I hope Nintendo has that around the corner sometime, at least on the Wii U or maybe next generation. But I would be kind of mad if there is no new F-Zero, especially with how much it has been requested for a new iteration for the Wii U, and also Star Fox is getting a new game, so why not just give us a new F-Zero already? It's been years. The last F-Zero game was on the GameCube. That was a generation ago as far as consoles, so please give us a new F-Zero. But nonetheless, the track looks awesome and the music is phenomenal. Like, seriously, the music is great. Especially if you love the Mute City theme, which is basically the main theme of F-Zero if you've ever been into the series. So it's something that is pretty much a staple of the series, and they did a fantastic job doing a remix of it with the saxophone and the different types of tunes in there. It just sounds really F-Zero-y, but also a lot like Mario 2. At least with Mario Kart 8, with the jazzy themes and a jazzy tone to Mario Kart 8's music, it definitely fits. So it's really nice to see that. The track looks great. I like that there's a lot of speed boosters on it, and I like that you start in anti-gravity with this track. You don't just go in anti-gravity, you start in anti-gravity, which again is paying a lot of homage to the F-Zero games, which is all in, you know, anti-gravity. So with the new Dragon Driftway track, again, a great track that is mostly anti-gravity. You basically go around this dragon's body, and it's all Asian themed, and for some reason Lakitu is like the mascot of this track, so I guess we can call this his track. But the actual dragon is actually the dragon in Super Mario Galaxy. I'm not sure which one, but I know his name is Gobblegut, I believe. And that's really cool that they use that character from Super Mario Galaxy. I didn't think I would ever see that character in anything else, but it's nice to see. And it's a very long dragon in Galaxy 2, so it's nice to see that it's very long here too. So that's another fantastic track. I love the Asian theme, the kind of Chinese or Japanese kind of theme to it. It looks very nice, and it's something actually relatively different for Mario Kart in terms of different types of themes for tracks in the whole gaming franchise. And as far as this new kind of ice track, I'm not sure what it's called. I've looked around the internet, I can't find a name for this track. There's no gameplay of this track, but it's very nice. It's a brand new track, and basically what you're doing is driving around kind of like this industrial area with a bunch of different like machines everywhere doing stuff. So it's really cool to see that. We also got to see the new track that is based on Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda. It's a really cool track, and one thing I want to point out, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but the castle is actually based on the Twilight Princess version, and the castle town is actually based off the Ocarina of Time version of Castle Town, which I really like that. So basically you drive through Hyrule Field, then Castle Town, then the castle. You even pass through the Temple of Time, which is really nice. And I like that Link has the different animations when he does tricks where he actually pulls out the Master Sword. That's really nice. That's a neat touch. And one thing I really like is that they have an extreme attention to detail with this track, so far as making the coins now rupees, and even changing the kind of theme of the item roulette to something more Zelda themed. I believe it's the theme of opening up a treasure chest now. That is pretty freaking amazing right there, because that's something they didn't have to do, but they did, and I do commend them on that. That's very nice. And there's also another thing about the F-Zero track. When you go to the recharge stations on the sides of the track, they're like these little glowing bars that you drive through. Instead of giving you energy like they do in the F-Zero games, they actually give you coins in Mario Kart 8. So that's another extreme attention to detail. So guys, what an amazing DLC pack, and I cannot wait for it coming next week. We also get to see a few other retro tracks, which includes Wario's Gold Mine, which I'm glad is returning. It's one of my favorite Mario Kart Wii tracks, so I like it. I've heard it's very unliked among fans, but I really like the track. The only thing I didn't like about it was that whole kind of shortcut, which involves you kind of going on a different track where all those little mine carts go on. It was pretty difficult, and it was kind of impossible at times, at least for me, with the Wii remote, using that as a steering wheel. But it was still a really cool shortcut, but it was one of the most difficult shortcuts in Mario Kart history, in my opinion. But we also get to see the SNES Rainbow Road, and I'm really kind of confused why that's returning, especially given it was in Mario Kart 7. So I don't know why it's returning here, because it was just in the last game. I mean, it seems like they're very reluctant to use other Rainbow Roads. I would have liked to see the GameCube version of Rainbow Road, or even the Mario Kart Wii's version of Rainbow Mode, or maybe Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. That was a nice Rainbow Road. Now, that's the Rainbow Road they're using in Smash Bros. For 3DS. It was one of the best Rainbow Roads and one of the most diverse. And Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road is definitely the most different Rainbow Road we're definitely not used to. It being more of a space station than something magical or something just in the sky floating around. It's actually a structure, something that's completely logical in a sense of Mario, as much sense as you can make of that, but it's definitely something more unique. So I think Mario Kart 7 was definitely one of those type of unique Rainbow Roads I would love to see, but it still looks great. It's still colorful. It's still very simple, a very fast track, and I like it. I just wished we seen a different Rainbow Road. So guys, with that, I cannot wait for this DLC to launch next week. Like I said, I already paid for it, so I'm just waiting. And the whole Amiibo figurines, having different costumes for your Mii characters, I think that's really neat. That's something very surprising, and that actually sold me a bit more on the Amiibos, because in Smash Brothers, while it is pretty cool what you can do with those figurines, it really doesn't add much, in my opinion, to the game like it does in Mario Kart 8. Its functionality there, where you can be Link, Star Fox, Samus, all these different costumes. I think that's really nice. But in Smash Brothers, basically you just have a kind of learning type computer character, and I guess that would be nice if you want to get better at the game, more competitive with the game, and have a smarter computer player than the level 9 computer players that you have. I guess that's cool, but to me it's really not necessary. It's really not something that I'm looking forward to or need to have. But other than that, guys, that's really all the DLC for Pack 1. So like I said, I'm very excited for it to release next week. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and tell me what you love about this DLC, and if you're getting amiibos specifically for Mario Kart 8 or both Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8. Do you think that Mario Kart 8 is using these amiibos better than Smash Brothers, or do you think Smash Bros is using it better? Tell me all that in the comments below. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. See you guys next time.